Hello, sweetie. It's your nurse, ready to help. What brings you to the infirmary today? You've been feeling sick. For how long? That long? Since the beginning of November. Is that right? Well, thank you for seeing me. Now that you're here, I'll be sure to take a good look at you. I want to help you, and in order to do that, you need to help me help you. Okay? Let's get through some of the basics first. Have you been coughing? Any fever from the past few days or weeks? Okay, so you didn't develop any fever or coughing. What have you been feeling then? How do you feel exactly? Can you describe to me? Do you feel lethargic or tired? Any headaches? So, you've been feeling depressed. You can't concentrate, and you always feel tired. Thank you for telling me. So, next, let me check your vitals. I need you to raise your shirt up. No need to be embarrassed. Yes, like that. Let me just use my stethoscope to check your heartbeats. Okay? Okay, you can pull your shirt down again. Let me check your pulse next. So, any coughing? Colds? Hmm, strange. I don't see anything wrong with you. At least, physically. But I can tell you have some eye bags. You've been suffering from insomnia too, haven't you? That is tough, especially for a student like you, when you need all the rest from the grueling lessons in school. This is tricky. Do you mind if I ask you a few personal questions? I need more information before I can help you out. Good. Before the symptoms appeared, can you tell me what it is that you changed in your day to day? Anything at all? Like, say, you stopped watching TV, or maybe you ate more junk food. Perhaps you suddenly stopped smoking. Oh, I was just throwing some guesses. Actually, one possible reason for someone eating more junk food or craving something could mean that they are suffering from a withdrawal symptom. Say a smoker stops smoking since they got used to having a cigarette every day. Just immediately stopping is something impossible to do on its own. Because you see, humans are creatures of habit. When you got used to doing something for a long time, then you will crave to continue doing it. You've been wired to continue doing it. You've been chemically changed to be dependent on nicotine. As for you, what did you stop? Did you stop anything at all when November came. Nothing. What do you mean, nothing? You said you stopped something, right? Oh, wait. You mean that? Right. Right. That's an interesting way of calling it. Aw, your cheeks are so red. No need to be embarrassed. It's totally normal, especially for a young adult man like you. Okay, I do think I know why. N and N? I'm not thinking about any acronym at all, or anything like that. You stopped watching a certain kind of film or media, didn't you? Oh, don't be scared. I won't laugh at you. You were brave enough to confide in me, and I know it must have been tough. It's something you can't just tell anyone. Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. Why would I want you to have a societal that? Well, I know it's normal to look at these kinds of media. I'm not so insensitive to tell the other teachers nor other students about your concerns. This affects you and you alone, and I'm here to help you. I don't derive pleasure from spilling secrets like that. Besides, I also look at that kind of media sometimes, if that comforts you. So, it's totally normal, okay? So, back to your condition. You say you've been experiencing depression, craving for junk food, insomnia, mood swings. These are classic withdrawal related symptoms. This can happen when you abruptly stop and then you don't replace it with something else. It's easy to tell you to meditate, but when you're restless like this, it's near impossible to be at peace. One of the things that lead us to doing such things is because of boredom. And when we're bored, we want to do something. We can't sit still and just do nothing. Especially in a world like ours, where technology is at our fingertips. And searching for certain media is but an arm's length away. I have to commend you, though, that you're trying your best to challenge yourself. It's something that's not bad to have in your life, but like any other thing, too much is bad for you. You need to do things in moderation. And it's good that you acknowledge that it's been too much and you want to curb this addiction. At least, that's what I assume you're doing, correct? Thanks for admitting it to me. I'll make sure to help you to the best of my ability. Well, I can give you some medicine to deal with a few other symptoms. Not dealing with the core of the problem means that this will persist. So I want to give you some advice, if you're willing. Since you've decided to stop, that also means you suddenly have a lot more free time. What did you replace it with? Oh? What kind of video games? League of Legends and Counter Strike 2. I'm familiar. Well, they're multiplayer games where the objective is, of course, to win. The former is a team based hero arena, while the latter is a shooter, which you can play solo. Hmm. I must say, they are fun games. Although I do hear that League of Legends players have a love hate relationship with the game. Do you have any other games you play? No? Just competitive games. Hmm. That that wouldn't do, honey. I'm sorry. Competitive games will keep you on edge. And the nature of these kinds of games also tend to bring the worst out of some people. While it's not bad playing these video games, you also need to have some relaxing time. You can't just be in fight or flight mode all the time. When you operate like that, there's this stress hormone called cortisol. It plays an important part in our survival, but if you have it activated all the time for an extended period of time, it can lead to a lot of nasty effects in the body. High levels of this hormone can lead to anxiety, depression, and irritability, none of which are conducive to your day to day life as a student. So we need to tackle this. I don't know how much willing you are to stop playing competitive games altogether, but I need you to do this. Of course, you can't just stop playing games like that. You can try RPGs, where the stakes are much lower. And you just need to grind to keep yourself company and be able to keep up with the content. You can also try games like the Suika game, where you just let your mind go and solve those fruits. You know, when you combine them, right? You know that game, right? So you just combine those fruits, get a bigger one, get points. So you don't have to quit playing video games altogether. And you can go back to League of Legends and Counter Strike, of course, when you're feeling much better. I'm sure you've been going next game, next game, next game, next game, next game, even when you say it's already the last game of the night. And that contributes to your insomnia, honey. Recommending you to start reading books all of a sudden, I don't think will work, to be honest, especially if you're not into books. You see, the important thing with replacing addictive behavior is replacing it with activities that you will truly enjoy. I can also tell you to start exercising, but that kind of activity, I can tell you, is so damn hard when you're just starting out. Especially when you're at your lowest and you feel like nothing else matters. Why do you even work a sweat, right? Of course, I would also like you to fill in your time with some exercising if possible. But there is a huge stigma behind exercising that our feeble human minds can't seem to fathom, where we just actively reject the notion of physically exerting ourselves. Anyway, one step at a time. I would like you to exercise, sure, but not right now. We need to find you another hobby that can help you replace those competitive games first, which you used to replace another unhealthy habit that you had, which was addiction to a certain kind of media. Give me your number. Huh? Why do you look so surprised? Oh, no, 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 no. I am not picking you up. This is hardly the time and place. Besides, I don't want to lose my job yet. Look, I need your number so I can remind you and hold you accountable during the next week. If you're to stop playing these competitive video games, you need someone to hold you to that. And I want to help you. Sorry for misleading you like that. Of course, feel free to chat away. You know, I'm something of a gamer myself. And I'm down to just chat with you. Whenever you're not so busy. Does that sound cool to you? Good. I'll save your number then. Your assignment for tonight is to swear off the competitive video games. Try an RPG. I highly recommend Persona. Before you know it, you'd be glued to that game. Well, Persona 3, 4, or 5. There's also Q and several other spin offs, as well as Persona 1 and 2. But the latter two are not very friendly to beginners. They are very niche and very, very different from the other mainline games. Oh, and if you just want something destructive and you don't want to grind, I can also recommend Spider-Man, the one that Insomniac made. There's also Miles Morales, which is kind of like a DLC-sized game. But there's already a sequel available called Spider-Man 2. Well, it's only available in consoles, so if you have a console, maybe you can. But if you're only on PC, then you can play Spider-Man 1 or Miles Morales. If you're looking for some other kinds of RPGs, there's another one I know called Honkai Star Rail. Beware of the gacha though. You can play and enjoy the game without doing the gacha aspect, to be honest. In fact, I recommend you not top up in the game. You're already addicted to some other things, and I can't have you be addicted to yet another thing. I would not want that for you. If you do try the game, promise me you won't buy the monthly or the battle pass, or buy the gems in that game. That's the last you need when you're at a low point. Of course, you can support the devs later on, but not right now. You're too vulnerable. Just buy the monthly card later when you're more mentally healthy. Oh, it's already getting late. I didn't notice the time. Well then, my prescription for you is to take a small melatonin pill tonight. Try a new game, and tell me what you feel tomorrow. You can text me later if you're unsure. Or call me, I don't mind. I believe in you. Don't think of this as something life-changing. Just treat it casually, one step at a time. Like you're a gamer looking beyond the horizon, a new challenge. And if you fail tonight, that's okay. There's another day tomorrow, right? Okay, I won't keep you any longer. Oh, also, don't forget to hydrate. It's so easy to forget to drink some water when you're so absorbed in the game. Well, see you tomorrow, okay? If you have any questions, I'm just a text away. Thank you for listening to my ASMR. And thank you to all my patrons.